Hello, it is Friday, July 22nd, 2022. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Friday puzzle today, so a themeless puzzle is in store for us, and it should be a tricky one. I found yesterday's a bit tricky, so hopefully today's isn't too much worse than that. And this themeless edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Laura Sexton, Alex, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the inimitable Connor O'Neill, and the infallible Cynthia Toms. So thank you so much to the 6 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for directly supporting this channel and making this series a sustainable part of my daily work. I do very much appreciate it. And if you'd like to join their ranks as a benefactor and get access to the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve. And there's a link in the description field underneath the video where you can also find a link to the Daily Solve Discord chat server, and that is where you can tell me that I forgot to upload my Wordle solve and my plus word solve. So yesterday, as I was about to fall asleep, I checked just happened to pop into the Daily Solve Discord, and someone had asked where was the plus word today and where was the Wordle today. Someone said he never uploaded them, and I realized I guess I didn't. I recorded them. I completely forgot to put them online, so I did that this morning. So I'm sorry if you were looking for those and couldn't find them, but they're both up now. And today's should also be up later today at the usual time. And thank you also. I forgot to thank other members of the Patreon campaign, everybody who's backed at any level who gets the bonus videos that go up on the channel. Thank you so much for backing the Patreon campaign. I noticed there's a new acrostic puzzle, so perhaps I think that sounds like something I'm going to enjoy solving in the next, 1 to 3 days. Very soon. I'm looking forward to solving the next acrostic. I think I'm getting slightly better at this. So look out for that if you're a patron. All right, let's solve today's crossword. Oh, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody who has. This is a puzzle constructed by David Steinberg, who's constructed over 100 New York Times puzzles to date, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. As we know, it's themeless, so let's get going. Ooh, you're sexy. I don't know, it's in quotation marks. Or sorry, it's not in quotation marks. It's actually quite the opposite of that, in fact. It's in square brackets, which indicates something nonverbal. So, I mean, it could be something like row or something. I mean, you see that sort of spelling used in, text sort of evocations of that. And again, I think that's what's being implied by the brackets, that it's going to be, something you vocalize, but not words per se. But I don't know. That's kind of a random guess. Let's look at the crosses. Line in geometry. An arc, maybe? Not really technically what a line is in geometry. A line in geometry is straight. French phrase with a grave accent. A phrase. So it's not just one word. It'd have to be very short words. I mean, one of them is going to have to be only a single letter. I'm not sure what that's looking for exactly. Real gem. Spicy sweets. Let's keep looking around. Bed in the kitchen, question mark? A bed of salad or something? Or you could have a few things that could be, I guess. But there is a question mark. Yeah. Big blank athletic conference. I think there are perhaps a few athletic conferences that are numbers, big 5 or 4, maybe. Those don't seem big enough. Big 9, maybe? Don't know. Maybe it's not a number. Medicinal plant, is it aloe? Is it the official plant of the New York Times crossword puzzle? Certainly the official medicinal plant. I think we can say that without doubt. Tangy and sweet dessert topping. Tangy and sweet. I mean, it could be something citrus-based, like lemon curd, maybe. Not sure. Sail holder or sail holder. So the first sail, sailing as in sailing on the ocean or sailing in a more metaphorical way. And then the second meaning sail as in vending, commercial transactions of some kind. And what would that be? Someone who holds a sail. Don't know. Not doing very well, am I? Everything comes down to this. And camouflage fabric. Khaki? As in military uniforms and that sort of thing? They share our blood types. Apes, presumably. That would make sense. Popular. And make fast again. To retie. So to make fast as in tie something fast. For instance, a sail to a mast. I don't think the answer to this clue is mast. But that's a place you could use the phrase make fast. Bed in the kitchen. Does that help at all? I don't know. Let's keep looking. Many string compositions by Haydn. Many string compositions by Haydn. So Haydn was a composer, and this suggests pieces for violin and other string instruments. And it also suggests that it will end in an S because it says many string compositions. Some tourist shop wears. Tees, t-shirts? Butt of a joke, question mark? And Wade, I'm just going right past that because I don't know. Wade unscientifically. Probably ends in a D. Popular. Liked, right, of course. You're popular, you're liked. There we go. Everything comes down to this. Okay, I did think this probably would start with it, something. It's do or die? Oh, there we go. It's do or die. That looks like it could be a sort of theme answer in which words are combined to create strange other phrases, but it's a Friday puzzle. So it isn't that. Reaches online in a way. IMs maybe, or DMs, direct messages or instant messages. Wonder if we could put an M there. Tangy and sweet dessert. Oh, it is lemon something. But it's not lemon curd. It's what? A lemon sauce? Lemon... Why don't I see what this is? I think this week I'm just not on my game. Reaches online in a way. So it does look like that. Source of oil from the sea is what? A pod of whales? Whale oil? That would seem like a slightly strange answer to me. Brian, who was a pioneer in ambient music. Well, the official musician, the official composer of the New York Times crossword is certainly Eno. If aloe is the official medicinal plant, Eno is the official composer. Bed in the kitchen. Well, this is not great that I have this unsolved and... Well, no, I suppose I do have some ideas because this isn't going to be DMs because that would make this very unlikely. This wouldn't be RD here. So RI. So bed in the kitchen. Rice, a bed of rice. Sure, you could have a meal served over a bed of rice, and then sorts of cod oil, right? Of course, cod liver oil. Okay, great. That all came together. I just needed to actually think about it for more than 1 second. So, tangy and sweet dessert topping. I don't know. Lemon cream, maybe, spelled in this manner? I mean, that looks like it's not creating huge conflicts in the crosses. Vermeer painted a girl with a pearl one. Okay, it's not lemon cream. Because Vermeer painted the girl with the pearl earring, famously. Vermeer the painter, of course. And so that is not lemon curd. It's not, obviously isn't lemon curd, which is the only thing I can seem to think of, but it isn't lemon, whatever I said, cream. Maybe it is lemon sauce. I don't really think of lemon sauce. It's not really something I think of or say or hear said, but maybe. Kind of feed. And descendant of a prominent family, a scion of a family would be an heir or an inheritor of, I guess those are sort of similar things. Oh, Big East Athletic Conference, that's probably it. Many athletic conferences are geographically determined. In fact, possibly most of them. Kind of feed. An audio feed, right. And many string compositions by Haydn are trios. There we go. So not a string quartet, but a string trio. 3 musicians rather than 4. A story segue could be so then. You could be, I suppose this means story in the sense of recounting a story personally. You don't see so then in fiction so much per se, but people might say it if they're telling a story. Okay, butt of a joke. Oh, a whoopee cushion? I can't believe I just jumped to that. Yes, because you literally sit on it and it makes a sort of an audio joke. It creates the sound of flatulence, and then you become the butt of a joke. But also, the butt of a joke is the pun because you literally sit on it. All right, so the company behind the hula hoop and frisbee. I don't know. You don't think of the hula hoop as being created by a particular corporation. I wonder if it was patented. I mean, there's the Coen Brothers film, The Hudsucker Proxy, in which the hula hoop is invented. I don't think that is in any way based on the real invention of the hula hoop. Foe of Skeletor in Masters of the Universe. You know, for whatever reason, I've actually never seen this, but I do know it is He-Man. I mean, I've seen images of these characters. I know what they look like. Weighed unscientifically. And Quaker of Pennsylvania. So what is that question mark doing there? So the Quakers are a religious sect, obviously. Pennsylvania, there are or were, I mean, traditionally Quakers there. I'm not sure what that wants. Relative of fennel. Relative of fennel. What would a relative of fennel be? Is it something else that has that sort of anise kind of flavor, licorice sort of flavor? Bolt for the finish line would be Usain Bolt, the runner. There's a very simple pun there for the finish line in a race, and a quick drive informally. Quaker of Pennsylvania, what is that? Store up could be amass goods. Sudoku or anagrams are puzzles. What are they? I don't know. And chip, e.g., like Goliath in the Bible story, giant or what? Slain? There we go. Goliath was slain by David in the story. And a quick drive informally is what? Okay, I'm sure that relative of fennel will be very obvious in retrospect, but it isn't at the moment. Fellow and chip, e.g., short flight is often described as a hop, going from club to club to say, say. Well, it's not bar hopping. It's certainly not club hopping, which would require a use of the word from the clue, which doesn't happen. Something to keep in mind. So I wonder if it's a different meaning entirely. Real gem. What was this? Spicy sweets. Did we ever look at this really? I don't think so. Spicy sweets. Oh, Red Hots. That's a That's a candy. I think it's one of those ones you see at movie theaters, perhaps most frequently. I don't know, but that's certainly something. And sail holder or sail holder, right? I really wish I could see this one. Sorry, I just noticed something else. Our these answers, which are positioned where theme answers would often be, they each have two O's. Again, I don't know why I keep seeing things here and thinking they look like themes. Anyway, yeah, I suppose this sort of fits. This Red Hots kind of fits with my previous idle guess about this answer. Line in geometry. Oh, array. Array is a line in geometry. So, oh, French phrase with a grave accent. Allah. Okay, I didn't think about this because I thought maybe the grave accent was going to be doing double duty and not just be referring to an accent grave, which is the accent that would be over over the first A here. I thought there was going to be maybe something around death. I thought it was going to be being just a very light little pun in there, but no, nothing like that. It was just a benign description. So anyway, sail holder. Oh, a yard, maybe. Yard sail. That's some kind of nautical term. So I think that's probably right. And then a real gem is... Oh. I don't know. I'm not really seeing what that is. Weighed unscientifically. Hefted, maybe? You sort of just pick something up to sort of weigh it yourself. Oh, a work of art. A real gem is a work of art, such as one painted by Vermeer, a girl with a pearl earring. Okay, chip, e.g. Oh, to mar something, you maybe damage a surface, you chip a bit off, you mar it. So, company behind the hula hoop and frisbee. Whammo? Could it be whammo? I'm just trying to think of anything that would fit here because I don't think any consonant will. So it must be a vowel, and whammo sounds like it could be plausible. So going from club to club, oh, on the... This will be a phrase that I'll be annoyed for not getting when I see it. Oops. I don't know. You could maybe say on the lash in the UK, but that's not really used in the US so much. Okay, let's see. Man's nickname that's a baseball team's nickname backward. Stan? Is that something? Oh, Nats, Nationals. That would be it. All right, I bet that's right. So, Sudoku or anagrams? Sorry, my phone's going. Let's see. Ship-to-ship communication is semaphore. Short flight. Let's see. Actually, semaphore would fit if this weren't hop. Carpe diem for one. I'm not sure. Japanese-based electronics. Maybe this isn't hop. I'm not sure if this is right, but let's... Maybe that's a plausible answer, but I don't know if it's right in the puzzle. Short flight. I don't know. I might ignore this entirely for the time being. Another tough one for me today. Things some people do at bars. City near Kobe. Osaka in Japan. Oops. And fellow could be alike, right? Fellow feeling, it's similar. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's bloke. Sorry, I was just thinking these crosses don't look... Oh, right, and then that would allow going from club to club to be on the town. Okay, so it is bloke, not fellow. So fellow could be used as an adjective or a noun, and in this case it's a noun. And I was doing it as an adjective initially. So, brain game is Sudoku or anagrams. And remember, because this is an or clue, we're only referring to either one of them, so the answer is singular. Relative of fennel. Oh, caraway. Yes, caraway. That looks correct now that I see it. And Quaker of Pennsylvania. Oh. Aspen, an aspen tree. Because, and then quick drive is a spin. Yes, we'll go for a spin. We'll go for a quick drive. Okay. So, yeah, so aspen trees, I guess, are found in Pennsylvania. And I think because they sort of shake, they tremble, so they quake in the breeze and the wind. So I think that's what's going on there. Wow, that's a tough clue, I would say. Okay, so ship-to-ship communication is not semaphore. What is it? Maybe short flight is hop after all. We'll put that back. Carpe diem for one. Oh, it's a motto. It might be your motto. Seize the day. And a Japanese-based electronics giant, right? Epson, I think. Are they still around? I guess they must be based on this clue. Things some people do at bars. You could do shots. There we go. If you're on the town, and those are nicely positioned one after the other. So you go out on the town and you do shots. Okay, perform for the approval of. You could play to the crowd. Oh, ship-to-ship communication is ahoy there. Okay, that's much simpler, I guess, than I was making it out to be. Line in music, a slur maybe. That's a line that is literally. I mean, that actually is an arc. Speaking of arcs not being lines in geometry, I suppose they could be in music. So a slur connects two notes in music, and it means you kind of run them together a little bit. Okay, only singer to have 7 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Wow, that is actually truly extraordinary, and it must be Whitney Houston based on these crosses. That's unbelievable. Okay, raised, hoisted, as in by your own petard. Although, as we know from Crossword recently, it is not hoisted by your own petard, it is hoist. Okay, Queen celebrated at an annual feast. I'm not sure offhand. And flips has a fit maybe, or has a cow or something. I mean, it's something meaning has a sort of upset episode. Slice in a salad maybe. A slice of pear would fit. Has a pet, flips. Feta could be sliced in a salad, although you don't really call that slicing. It's usually crumbled or cubed. World's leading saffron producer. I think probably Iran would be my guess about saffron. I don't know if that's right, but that's my guess. So flips, has a fit, could be. And comment from one who's all thumbs. Is that like maybe a positive comment because it's jokily referring to a thumbs up? A line on a receipt could be tax. And a worker in a tunnel could be an ant, a worker ant in an ant hill. Comment from one who's all thumbs. Next. Oh, text, right, because you type it on your phone. There we go. So, this is feta. Slice in a salad. That's so interesting. I guess this speaks to one of those strange things about understanding a language idiomatically. I just would never say sliced feta in a salad. I mean, feta is just not really the kind of cheese you slice, you cube it, or you crumble it. Anyway, one of those things. First black female billionaire, informally, would be Oprah Winfrey, presumably. And Latin lovers, officially speaking. Popes, I guess. Pope loves Latin and speaks Latin, I guess. That's funny. Divisions of subdivisions are homes? Subdivided kind of residential areas, that kind of thing. I'm not sure if that's what that means. Hey, I'm talking here. Listen to me. Well, that works with homes, so I guess that must be right. Organization whose logo features a leaning silhouette. Not sure. Barbie, e.g., is a toy, a doll. Unit of the Swedish krona. I think it's aura. I think it's a division of the Swedish krona, the currency. Pros, maybe it's not. Oh, no, it could be eyes, right? I was thinking pros as in professionals, but this is pros as in for a motion on which you're voting, for instance, and you say I. Organization whose logo features a leaning silhouette. The NBA, maybe? Oh, right. Doesn't the NBA logo sort of feature a guy dribbling a basketball, but he's kind of leaning as he does it? Maybe that's the answer. Ones who put you to sleep. Total bores or something like that. I mean, certainly bores. Okay, put down. And precipitants. Haste. What was put down? Motion picture, question mark. So it isn't a film because there's a question mark indicating some kind of pun. Not just bold. Crass, maybe? I mean, you're so bold you're actually being untactful. I'm not sure if that's what that is. Queen celebrated at an annual feast. The Feast of Queen. That doesn't answer it for me particularly. Saxophone piece. So saxophone uses a reed to help create its sound. So to put down is to what? And here we have motion picture is a blur, motion blur. Maybe you take a picture, you take a photograph of something and it's there's too much motion, so it gets blurred. Oh, so ones who put you to sleep are utter bores. There we go. And Queen Esther, the queen. I don't. Actually, not sure I know what that's referring to. And then not just bold as brash. That's much better than whatever I said. Crass. That was wrong. I think brash was probably what I was looking for, but my brain didn't get there. And then put down is to write. Yes, put something down on paper. You write it down. And there we go. The Friday puzzle. That was a tricky one for me again, as yesterday's was. And so, sorry, I for some reason can't get out of the theme mode today. After this week, I guess. I keep wanting to say, now let's review our theme answers. It's Do or Die, Whoopee Cushion, On the Town, Whitney Houston, and Listen to Me. A series of answers which have absolutely nothing in common with one another, as far as I can tell. So I don't know why I keep trying to do that. That's the strangest thing. Anyway, there we have it. That was very much a classic themeless puzzle by David Steinberg. I found it tricky, and much like yesterday's puzzle, it wasn't even that there were specific, very difficult things. I just found it to be a generally a puzzle with a level of general resistance throughout the grid. But no big complaints. I don't think there was anything unfair or terrible in there, really. Just a bit of a tricky puzzle, but I enjoyed it. Hope you did as well. Let me know how you fared. And now let's review a few themes. Not a few themes. What is it? What is going on with themes on the brain for me this week? Anyway, let's go over a few clues from yesterday's puzzle. 10-30-10. And I think several people in the Daily Solve Discord chat server mentioned this as well. The fill for 23 across seems erroneous, and this referred to Chicago MLB team, and it was in a particular conference. It was some central conference, and 10-30-10 says, the fill seems erroneous. There are two MLB teams in the city of Chicago, the Cubs and the White Sox. The clue specified the National League team, there we go, which gets denoted on scoreboards as CHC, whereas the White Sox show as CHW and are in the American League. Even going to the actual MLB scoreboard page denotes them as CHC and CHW. It would be similar to NYJ and NYG for the New York Jets and Giants football teams. They're never listed as simply NY. So there we go. And that was taking issue with the CHI from yesterday's puzzle, which is apparently inaccurate and refers to neither of those possible teams, and certainly not the one to which the clue was referring. And again, others agreed. Thor Christensen replied and said, yes, I'm not a fan of that answer. And I saw people in the Discord chat about it as well. Ethan Altschul lets me know that, counter to my incredibly incorrect assumptions, he says, I'm not sure about anywhere else, but in the U.S., political science is far and away the largest pre-law major. So there we go. I don't think I knew anyone who went on to study law, so that explains why I didn't know that. And Thor Christensen is back to explain that generally in golf, when a player is shooting par through any number of holes, their score, through any number of hole, any par number, I guess, their score is denoted as E for even. So that's even par. So that is what I was guessing in yesterday's puzzle, but now it's been confirmed by somebody who actually knows something. And finally, Old Footer says, I should have remembered that Omicron, the Greek letter, followed Psi or Psi in the Greek alphabet because they had to skip that letter, which you could also pronounce as Xi, as in Chinese President Xi Jinping, in naming COVID variants due to political sensitivity. They had to skip over that because they didn't want to name one of the COVID variants after the president of China, in effect, or at least ostensibly. So yes, that makes perfect sense. It didn't even occur to me when I was solving the clue, but yes, that's a very good point. I remember when that happened as well. So thank you for pointing that out. That would have been a good way for me to find myself to the clue, but I didn't avail myself of it. And that's that for yesterday's puzzle. That's that for today's puzzle as well, which means we've come to the end of today's video. I hope you'll be back tomorrow for the Saturday puzzle, possibly an even trickier themeless crossword. Join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.